After being locked up and abused for 30 years, this bear experienced what she so sorely needed. People say appearances can be deceiving, and if anyone makes a compelling argument for that old cliche, it's Fifi. This imposing bear is confident, strong, and built like a furry tank. In fact, if you'd seen Fifi before her rescue, you wouldn't even recognize her as the same bear. But her story began 32 years ago when she was just a cub. She came into the hands of a private owner who was in the market for Syrian brown bears. In addition to Fifi, they also bought a male of the same species called Bruno. Both bears were acquired with a sinister intention in mind. Indeed, their owner wanted to train them to perform tricks for money, and his methods were not humane. Consequently, the 10 years that followed were a living nightmare for the two bears. As well as being forced to ride bikes and walk upright, they were neglected when they weren't performing. The fact that the bears didn't perform as expected led their owner to try out a different species of bear. He bought 2 black bear cubs named Pocahontas and Marcia in hope that they would be more submissive. And so the owner was left with 4 bears he couldn't train, even with cruel methods of persuasion. That being the case, he hatched another plan to make some money from his assets. The roadside zoo in Pennsylvania didn't live up to its billing and failed financially as a result. In fact, the Wild Animal Sanctuary referred to the setup as a backyard display. The article claimed that the Big Bear Farm Zoo Park had been deemed to be in breach of several animal rights laws. In any case, the zoo shut down in 1995, but the owner kept possession of the bears. The Wild Animal Sanctuary posted an account on Facebook in 2015 about how the bears had been living, and it was horrifying. They had been kept in small concrete and steel bar cages for 30 years, it explained. But they were not large enough for the bears to fit in completely, nor did they have an end wall to close off the box from winter snow and cold, the post continued. Then, after being confined in those conditions for more than 30 years, their owner decided to give them away. To be more precise, he put out an advertisement for free metal cages. It was People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, and the Wildlife Animal Sanctuary that picked them up. They were so well hidden in the country, no one even knew they were there, the sanctuary's executive director Pat Craig told Inside Edition. Furthermore, when the bears were rescued, it was unclear if their age and condition would make traveling impossible. With that in mind, they were given a medical checkup at the scene by specialists, who greenlit their transportation. 3 decades of standing on a concrete slab with no chance to roam had taken their toll, stated an article on the PETA website in 2016. Fifi suffered from painful arthritis in her rear legs and was severely underweight. We didn't know if she'd bounce back, the report concluded. The Wild Animal Sanctuary later revealed other mistreatment that had been particularly detrimental to the bear's health. But under the loving care of the sanctuary's reserve in Colorado, the bears quickly grew stronger and more confident. In fact, their symptoms of trauma were greatly reduced in their new surroundings. The first 3 or 4 steps Fifi took when we let her out of her transfer cage, she got into the water tank, Craig told Inside Edition. We knew her spirit was going to soar really quickly. After a few months of healthy food and good living, the bears were reaping the benefits. In addition, they got to do one of the things they had been denied for so long: hibernate. The sanctuary even provided the bears with caves like they'd have in the wild. They may be in their golden years, but it's never too late to find quality of life. And after over 30 years of suffering, Fifi and her friends are finally getting to experience the life they deserve. These animals have never been fed or treated properly, he told Fox News in September 15. Here, they'll get the care and treatment they'll live out their days with good food and plenty of natural habitat to roam.